Hi everyone, Scorp here with another deck profile for Duelist of the Roses Redux mod. Today I'm going over Beasts. Beasts are not the world's best archetype in the game, but they're by no means the worst. They don't really have the greatest set of effect creatures in the game, but they can be played pretty aggressively. And if you want to go through the game pretty quickly, they are pretty good for it. You have to get down to level 1 for the find a level 1 beast for the low level ability, and it's LP recovery. And y'all know how much I hate LP recovery because of how long it takes, so just use a level 5 plus deck leader so that you can get 500 points for increased strength for same type friendlies. And if you ever have to, you can weaken that specific type, which I remember what it was at one point, now I forget. But that's okay. Well, weaken specific enemy type is almost not an ability, so it doesn't really matter. So going over the deck, Super War Lion's the leader. If you're not in Redux, just use some level 5 beast. Ancient One of the Deep Forest is probably what you'd start with, so not a bad just any level 5 or higher beast. Super War Lion is something that we're going to focus on in this deck, as it has a relatively decent effect, so we don't have to have Forest all the time. So first up, 3 Sleeping Lions. These are fusion materials for Chimera. 3 Leo Guns. These are fusion materials for both Chimera as well as Super War Lion. This fuses with King Tiger Wang Hu, which we'll get to in a bit. Pale Beasts, also fusion material. Gazelle, also fusion material for Chimera. King Tiger Wang Hu, this also has the same effect as Super War Lion. It also fuses with Leo Gun to make Super War Lion. You could also fuse it with a Fiend to make Chimera King of Mythical Beasts. I chose to go with Fiends as my fusion targets because these have good effects. You could also use Flower Wolf, or there's a couple other beast fusions that are pretty decent. You could go into Garvis with Wing Beasts. I just don't like Wing Beasts. So Garvis is your other good option. If I can find it here somewhere. Somewhere down here is Garvis. Garvis is slightly better because you can use Gate Deegs. But then you're stuck with Wing Beast as your fusion, and Wing Beasts are less good. A single Ancient Tree, I hate traps, but this also can fuse into Flower Wolf if you're desperate. 3 Forests to change the terrain. Heavy Storm, Soul of the Pure. I have an M and F in this deck just because I'm not really running the package of Eye Armors and Green Kappas, so this is extremely valuable. Dimension Holes are super nice for how aggressive this deck can be because of the leader abilities, which I should have gone over in more detail. Beast Fangs, Mystical Moons for equips, and then Goblin Fan because it just single-handedly shuts off some strategies. But extended support range and movement boost, super good for being aggressive, and then increased strength for same type friendlies, so you get an extra 500 damage while you're doing that. So you can play extremely aggressive with this kind of deck, and this deck is relatively cheap. So let's just go straight after Mako, I guess. So I'm just going to fuse out this. That's probably a monster, I would guess. You have a card that can check, so... Oh, hey, it's the Tears of the Mermaid. Ooh, that is a very big Suijin. So there's the Super War Lion fusion. Oh hey, we played something a little weaker. So I have about two choices here. I can either send Super War Lion right after his leader, and do this, and then try to hit him next turn, although he's going to just move away and let the Tears of the Mermaid deal with that, except he didn't, he moved forward, which is just terrible AI. But this can always move 2 spaces, so free hits. Now, if I didn't have lethal over the top of this gruesome goo right now, this could also just lethal him. Sometimes just abusing the AI is just the way to go. But it's easier to just go with the gruesome goo too. So that pretty much is what this deck is going to try to do most of the time. Let's see here. Somebody else that's... I don't really want to play Shoddy because he will make beasts have a very bad day. And I don't care to do a whole bunch of baiting on him. So let's go to... Oh, Bones is always a good person to show off decks against. Mainly because he just doesn't... his field's nice and open, so you can be super aggressive on him. Just have to watch out for like dark holes. He doesn't play mini traps. It's a monster. It's a Skelgon. I'm just gonna make sure I can get over this. Why did he move it forward? I was kind of expecting that was a trap, but just a monster reborn. If he played like a Mammoth of Gold, fine, I couldn't get over it, so, or it'd be hard to get over. But that's just a pumpkin. Yeah. So if I wanted to kill him here, I can't even kill him. Man, that's a shame. My Chimera gets to hit him directly regardless this next turn, so... we'll go ahead and make sure and get this trap out of the way first. Did he even waste his time playing? Oh, Magic Jammer. It's just so easy to just be... just play super aggressively with decks like this. I didn't draw a Dimension Hole turn 1, although if I did, that would have been a much faster duel. We got ourselves a Gate Guardian. Let's see here. Your field's just annoying. Though, if I ever drew a Dimension Hole turn 1, get to do some fun things to him. Just put this forward. Start getting our deck leader over. Okay. I was like, did he just triple equip something turn 1? So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna flip this. I'm gonna use Mask of Darkness to copy it. I'm gonna be a little sad because it's gonna go right here, and there's nowhere that I'd rather put it, because if I had moved Mask of Darkness here, I believe it might put it there. It could put it on your left though, and I don't want to deal with it on my left. But regardless, we drew this. And this is pretty decent. Oh hey, it's a Serpentine Princess. It's no longer a Serpentine Princess, it's just dead. I'm not sure which effect matters more, Super War Lions or Serpent Marauders. Might be interesting to test. I know leader powers go over it, so... He doesn't really play many traps, but we can do that. Go like this. I am worried because he double equipped this, and it could be a Serpentine Princess, but it's not. It's a Emperor of Land and Sea. We'll just go ahead and make a Chimera. This deck is going to be extremely good at making Chimeras. It has 15 beasts and 9 fiends, so unfortunately for this guy, like, the fact that he paralyzing potioned one creature really doesn't matter. This deck plays so many creatures and can bring out 3,300 creatures so easily that I don't really mind. I'm just gonna get rid of this Mask of Darkness. So I've got too many monsters. Goodbye. Okay, now I can do this fusion. It's really easy to get out of the way of your deck leader's range when you have increased movement. I'm trying to stay within it just because beasts are kind of on the weaker side of creatures. Ooh. Uninflated dinosaur. This field is very much an annoyance to get through without Labyrinth Breakers. You could definitely put in a Labyrinth Breaker, especially over the Goblin Fan if you're not planning on taking on bosses. Well, I'll just kill this. Sometimes you don't have to fuse. I'm just gonna Heavy Storm, just in case. It's just a Sedex Blessing. Unfortunately, this whole duel I haven't drawn a Dimension Hole, which is a 2 of, and that's really slowed it down. Yeah. This is kind of over. As I said, if I drew Dimension Hole, that would have been over a lot quicker, but it was still over. I don't know why I bought it with Sought still. Especially on a save that has every card. Let's see here. Let's go after Kaiba. Kaiba's usually a good person to abuses at terrible AI. Also, of course, if you wanted to, you can absolutely find a place to put in 3 Ruryokus in this deck. If you wanted to get closer to the 9 equips that I like, there are places to put stuff like that in the deck, so... Terrifying, sir. That is probably a Blue Eyes. And I have drawn absolutely nothing. We'll just do this. I'm gonna give that card that he double equipped a Wide Berth. Oh, he played a... He played an equip by itself, which further lends to the support that that's probably a Blue Eyes right there. Ew! Glad I used Monster Eye on that. I just kind of need to get through cards, so... Because I need to get to some equips of my own. Or something, so that I can actually deal with multiple equips on Blue Eyes. Curse Breaker's not terrible for me. Well, there goes one of the Blue Eyes. I'm just getting rid of the Shadow Spell. Which unfortunately means I'm getting rid of the Super War line also. Can we stop with the double equipping of stuff? Oh, man. He's gonna be out of equips shortly. I mean, he's Bright Castle and Dragon Treasured that. Well, this can get rid of a Curse Breaker quite well. It's a 1,000-point swinging advantage towards me against that Blue Eyes. It was double equipped, so it should be 4,000. Did he just give to me as a gift? Magic Jammer? Let's see. I want the forest behind me, so I will Mask of Darkness it back there. That's a Seiryu that he just discarded for another card, so that's a Blue Eyes. Okay, you should be. That's another Seiryu. Oh, it's a Skull Guardian. Oh, and now it's bigger. Oh, he just lost. I've, like... Oh, he didn't just lose. Because I didn't kill him. Whoops, that's on me. I could just kill him. And he Destiny draws, and he played the Destiny drawed card. Well, oh, he didn't play the Destiny drawn card. Oh, it looked like it was in the Destiny drawn slot. I'm still terrified of this card. Okay, I'm really terrified of that card now. I kind of terraformed most of this map already, at least. I'm gonna need to turn this Mask of Darkness into another Chimera, probably. We'll just do it this way. If he Mirror Forces me, I'll be kind of sad, but at this point, kind of expect it. His creatures are so big. He does have to be slightly careful, because his creatures that aren't this one are not quite big enough yet. Okay, and we'll just flip over Heavy Storm just to make sure. Good, nothing happened. And he loses. And we never even got to see that gigantic blue eyes. That thing was probably a 5900. Oh, Kaiba may have taken a while, but it wasn't really that hard of a duel. Definitely things that you might want in a deck like this. Some hard removal so that a blue eyes like that isn't a gigantic issue. You could definitely remove like 3 of the beasts and 3 Karibos for other stuff. So keep that in mind when you're building a beast deck, but this is the kind of beast deck that I would go for. Very fusion heavy, and fusing out Super War Lions and Chimeras. So those are my 2 preferences. Thanks everybody for watching, and have a nice day.